Hello, everyone. How are you? It's nice to have you back. Oh, you got some lighting going on over there, Tiva? Nice. Nice.
It looks like the neon mouth is lighting me up with the colors from the neon mouth. I like it a lot. It's good. It's got feng shui.
Yes, there it is. Setting the scene. It is aesthetic. I was telling you about Neon Goth. That was what we were talking
It's
about.
aesthetic as fuck.
Yeah. Love that very much. Big fan. Yeah, so we were talking about what happened last time we met. That was boy, what are we on? Season 4, episode now it's episode 2. That was episode 1. This one, episode 2, is gonna be Truth of the Matter. Which should be pretty interesting. But yeah, what happened, y'all? Hey, what happened?
Noller's being an idiot as usual and not paying attention to the mission at hand.
Yes, let us begin with a fight.
We did a close swap and then swap back.
Wait, we did a what?
See, it's not me, it's Sander.
A clothes swap and then we switched back.
Oh yeah. I gave you my dress and then I took
You
the
guys had
dress back. Which, by the way, I still actually want to find somewhere where I can take that dire wolf fur and the dress and get like something really dope made. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, you
'Cause
know
I'm
where.
also barefoot right now, which is kind of fucking infuriating. But I needed to because I had to run fast.
Yep, correct. So, boy howdy, a lot happened.
And we ran into Irina.
Yeah, so we went back. Hey y'all. Hey, listen. Congratulations, everybody. You made it to Barovia. Good job. Yeah, little pat on the back for everybody.
Meanwhile, soulless zombies in background go woo.
Yeah. So on our unaired episode, Noller and Narasine and Esmeralda Had were sent to Barovia, and the party went through the town and made it all the way out to the Vistani camp and sat down with Madame Eva, who instead of doing a card reading for them, decided to simply talk them through what's sort of going on in this world, at least a little bit. And they had seen in Barovia that everyone was dead. Everyone was dead. Someone had gone through the town and just slaughtered everyone. There were bodies in the streets. There was blood running through the cobblestones. It was an absolute massacre. But Madame Eva begged the party to stay, invited them to stay at her camp, in her tent. And after a night of heavy rains and storms, they arose to, well, as beautiful a scene as you can expect here in Barovia, and came outside to find the river that runs through Barovia, which was nearly empty last night, now is completely full again. And as they made their way back towards the village itself, found that, well, there were no dead bodies here. There's a village of people very much alive, very, well, I wouldn't say vibrant, but active. And as Esmeralda had took leave to go into the woods, Noller and Narasine made their way through the village and found that the people here aren't, well, hospitable, really. It seems that they are less inclined to engage with adventurers, often just staring at a distance or ignoring them wholesale. And um, that's where we sort of met up with everyone as Noller and Narasine saw evening fall and fogs begin to roll in, these caustic mists which burned eyes and nostrils and did a little bit of damage to Narasine before she fortified herself. And at the same time, we saw the after effects of. Oh, there he is. Is that my boy? There's my boy. That's my boy. Of Svetlana, having been fed a vial by Strahd, and then escaping Castle Ravenloft, making their way down the hill, losing one and then the other of her pretty tall red dragon scale stilettos.
I took them off intentionally. They didn't fall off. I took them off intentionally.
The first one came off in an ugly way. The second one you took off intentionally. And yeah, after turning into your hybrid form, you smelled a lot of blood on the wind, and went into a rage, and made
Oh
your
yeah,
way.
I still have the gypsy's head
Okay, good.
in my roll of direwolf fur. I have I have gypsy's head in the fur. So whenever we find Adele, maybe Adele can, like, I don't know, talk to the dead person for me.
That should be very, very interesting. But yeah, you made your way to the Vistani camp and saw that everyone there had been slain. And heard from the village howls of dire wolves. And rushed there to find your two compatriots engaged in a fight with those dire wolves. And after besting them, you were approached by a small gentleman who asked you to help him find his daughter. And he seemed very worried about her. But Svetlana, keen as she is, realized that he is just another ploy to distract adventurers here in Ravenloft. And then there was the whistle of an arrow, which pierced his skull and robbed him of his life. And out of the mist strode Irina. And
Also, the fight happened between two people.
say again.
Also, discussion happened between two people, and it's
Yep.
gonna continue as well.
Yeah, there's quite a heated discussion going on between Noller and Svetlana as to what they should be doing. And yeah, Irina spoke to you, Svetlana. She knows you, obviously, and you know her. But yeah, that's where we left y'all.
How much do I know her? Like, I know how much I as a player know her. How much do I as Svetlana know her?
You grew up with her.
Okay.
Right as I think that conversation is starting is when Esmeralda walks out of the woods.
I'm going to do a quick scene with you on that.
Oh, if you want to. Okay, so that's fine.
We haven't even done the Red Robin yet.
The what, Robin?
The Round Robin.
You're muted. Please don't be muted right now. No, uncontrol your D. No, please uncontrol your D. Why are you still talking? I can't know. I want to hear you. You're muted.
Bird was the word.
No, why are you still talking? No, it's bad. Okay.
Bird.
Can't hear you. Wanted to. No, it's just denying me. Okay. So, with all that said and done, let's do the round robin. During the round robin, we like to do four distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another in the world our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing is offer a vivid aesthetic description of those characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes, because I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time. Well, it used to be 6 days a week. These days it's getting kind of thin, but it doesn't matter, because today is no different. So, Xander, without further ado, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done.
Hey, Xander, he, him pronouns playing Narasine, no last name. The Fae with a whip who loves to
Drip.
fuck up Nolar's ship. Though no longer, this is also a different and the same Narasine, clad in a simple white dress with no eyes and a very ornate porcelain mask. She carries by her side a whip of chain with interspersed razor blades between and a long curved hook at the end.
That's one of my favorite fucking homebrew implements ever.
Oh, and she's also got a spike, basically, just a very long spike with just some leather wrapped at the end of it. And then just her bag.
Nasty girl.
She also looks a little more frail before, but like more like a gymnast than a weightlifter now.
Life.
Yes, live. And that's Narasine.
Very good. All right, John, do the thing.
All right, double checking audio. You can hear me okay? And I'm not delayed. Okay. John, he, him. Today I'll be playing Esmeralda Had Common Heart. Esmeralda Had stands about 5 feet tall. She has dirty blonde hair, freckles, green eyes, and very large tattoos down her shoulder and arm and back, along the lines of her like bear ancestral, barbarian heritage. She wears a brown cloak about her person most of the time, carries a very large set of nunchucks with silver dragon emblazoned heads on the hilts, with this spiky serrated chain between the two chucks. And that's Esmeralda Hat.
Amazing. Tiva Panic.
Hello, I'm Ativa Panic. It's pronouns. Today I'm playing Svetlana Ivanova Strad. And she is a 6'2" tall, kind of slightly lycanthropic, but also dead looking lady. But like sexy dead, not like gross dead. Except for maybe like the giant fucking scar that she has in the middle of her chest that looks like she was run through by a giant stone spear, because that's exactly what happened.
That way.
I guess, so what, did I put the dress back on? Am I wearing the dress now, but also have a roll of direwolfer, like, under my arm, I guess? Because I literally have nothing but a necklace.
I gave you a dagger.
You have a dress and a necklace.
And a short sword, yeah.
I gave you that dagger.
Yeah, you got a dagger and a short sword. Look at you, you're fucking loaded out.
I have nothing to carry it on. I don't have a belt on. Like, I have a dress.
Yes.
So I just like have this shit in my arms, I guess, because I'm pretty strong.
I really like the idea of like little droplets of blood and ichor coming off of this direwolf pelt.
Yep.
Just kind of.
Well, and also there's a head. Well, and then also there's a head inside of the roll of direwolf pelt. But I'm currently wearing a very deeply cut red dragon scale dress that like is very v-necked. Because you know, Svetlana, like I don't really like wearing that much clothes, you know. So probably some tasteful inside boob. Was it like plunging down in the back too? Like was it backless?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so big V in the back where you can see the other part of her scar that matches the front, only it looks more like it looks deeper because that's actually where the spike went in, whereas through my chest is where it came out. Ruby necklace around my neck now. And
with a missing centerpiece gem.
Yeah, oh yeah, so the ruby isn't actually there, right? It's just
so what you've got
that it's a ruby necklace.
What you've got is a chain, and then there's a bar on the left side. And then there's two like droplets, it looks like, of teardrop rubies that look like blood running down the front of your clavicle.
Fucking hot.
And then there was a large red gem set in a platinum setting just at the top. And that was removed and proved to be a vial, which you were forced by Strahd to consume.
Back. Yeah, that's right. And I've been feeling weird. And doing my Sveti thing of blacking in and out. You know, same old over here. You know, I like to keep it consistent. I like to make sure that the viewers at home are getting their consistent character development, which is absolutely nothing until I am able to kill the bastard.
But consistently dipping V-necks, so you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to be consistent in everything else because my actions are my actions are pretty consistent, although a little chaotic at times. Don't look at me like that, Rob. By the way, Rob, your turn.
Rob?
Hey, I'm Rob. I go by him, and I'm being played none other than Merrick. Raised by his father, he became a sailor, and later into adulthood, he also became a monk and trained in a monastery. Why? Because he fell into the sea and experienced some magic creatures, I guess, trying to possess him. I think that was the story, but was rescued by a dragon. His mother, he was abandoned by his mother, actually. It was his father that did all the work. And other than that, trained in a monastery, and then eventually learned the ways of his dragon blood and of his, you will say, draconic sorcerer ways. He ventured along the seas and also later with the mercenary guild to find, well, many adventures where he lost the family that he made in the monastery, lost an arm, and is still, well, the desire for revenge has actually kind of quelled. And other than that, he traveled now the plains, the domains of dread, and eventually even befriended gods. Currently now in Barovia, and well, you can see him with black shirt, black pants, black leather boots, some braces, some little cloth, gloves, and also, more importantly, blue leather, blue leather half coat that is just off the shoulder all the way to the back, and it just extends as a kind of coat, and then, well, a blue headscarf. And his face is young, 26, maybe 27 by now, and a couple of scars by now because of all his experiences so far. And now in Barovia.
We've definitely collected a bunch of scars, for sure. There's definitely lots of scars to have been collected. I think I have one on my cheek, too, from being cut.
I think everybody's a little bit aged up from where they started, just based on the stress we've been under, especially Noller.
I don't age. I literally don't age. Like at all.
I like to think stress lines are different.
Yeah, it's not. You're not older. You're just weathered.
I think the
Like a
only
very
thing that has
tired
actually
23-year-old or
aged
something.
or looked like or makes me look tired is my eyes. Like you only see it when you look me directly in the eyes, and then you're like, "Oh, damn!
Damn.
Oh, you
Look her in the
you're
eyes,
tired. You
screaming
need a
noises.
nap." And I'm like,
You-
"Listen, I can't take a nap because every time I do, I'm transported to another universe where I'm not me."
Yeah, how's it been? Oh, sorry, I apologize, excuse me. DMing Hadley, he, him pronouns. Here for 65% or so of your DMing needs, because I don't do maps. What's it like, living Tatiana's memories?
But he's here for 69% of your other needs.
Wow.
I don't like it.
Wow.
I mean, I like that. I don't like the situation of living in Tatiana's memories.
Yeah, it's
Because I feel like I'm slowly learning that like she was not having a good time.
yeah, she wasn't, weirdly enough.
She was not having a good time. So
No.
but now I am confronted with Irina, and as I look her in the face, remembering who she is, but now I guess seeing her as an adult, I'm assuming it's been a while since that Lana has seen Irina. So like maybe the last time she saw her, she was still a kid.
I would say, I mean, when you were expelled from Barovia and
It was
Ravenloft,
oh, that's right. Okay, so all of that is like now flashing to the forefront of
yeah,
my mind as
you'd
I look
known
her in
her.
the face.
I think you would have probably been in like your early 20s, respectively.
And I think that she probably can see the rage in like flames in my eyeballs as I look as in my brown fucking eyeballs as I look at her. She can see the lava raising in the eyes.
That sounds right.
I forgot about your eyes. You're back to being brown-eyed and shoeless. A lot of progress made there.
Shut the fuck up, Xander. No one needed that. No one like you don't have to point out the obvious.
I was just saying I was not wrong. I was simply stating things. I was not not in an insulting way. I was simply stating that you are now not penniless. You're rich.
I am not rich because I don't have any of my gold on me. And I literally have no material possessions except for what you can see in my arms right now.
Poor, shoeless, homeless, brown-eyed girl.
I think I'm just gonna like slowly start drawing my dagger, and you can like see my rage eyes enacting, but I'm not quite raging. I'm just like on the cusp.
Do you get that sort of Witcher effect when the veins start to turn dark?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god. We will then begin with Esmeralda, actually. Esmeralda, you wanted to sort of step away and commune with nature.
Yeah. During the rainstorm, she disappeared. And I guess for between 12 and 24 hours, depending on how long it's been.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good way of doing it.
She went running through the forest and I think made her way all the way to a small lake where she explored the sheer cliffs around the east and north banks of this lake, and then dove into it and explored its depths. What would she find in a lake in Barovia?
I mean, the lake to go to would have been Lake Zarovich.
Okay.
You could probably scent it out if it took anything at all beyond simply following the river back to it.
I think she finds more of a mysterious, unnamed, large, glorified pond.
Okay.
Just kind of in a dark and foreboding glade. Something that's just kind of been forgotten to time.
Oh no, I like this. At the base of Mount. Now, does anyone else know how to pronounce this? Gakis?
Gakis.
I've heard Gakis.
Galifianakis.
I think
Yeah, right,
it's
so
Gakis
Galifianakis.
because it's all like kind of Slavic-esque. So I would say Gakis.
That's what we'll stick with then. In the shadow of Mount Gakis, you make your way up towards the edge of the tree line, and it's not that there's a lake or a pond so much as there's a depression in the stone, which as the rain pours down and lightning strikes overhead, and peals of thunder cause this water to ripple as it shakes the mountain, we see Esmeraldahad begin to commune. Can I get an Arcana or History check from Esmeraldahad, please?
Sure. Sorry, struggling with the app a little bit.
Take your time. Take your time.
It's what you get for going out looking for single mothers.
Wow, bad.
14 Arcana. Small.
14 Arcana. I think we see
porcine type beast
of
some kind.
Oh no, he's breaking up, everybody. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me?
I thought that was just me.
Only moderately. Only every other syllable. It does sound like you're ordering McDonald's, though.
Maybe going back in the direction that you came from. Maybe that has better signal.
Ice cream machine's not working.
Yeah, sorry, John. The ice cream machine is broken. Is he still talking?
He seems to be talking, but we cannot hear him.
Oh well, no. Wait, there's a cutscene. Wait, no. Oh, wait, he's in a different place entirely now.
No milkshakes, huh?
It's amazing.
Hello.
I see
Yo, my guy is fucking teleporting right now.
I know, right? He's just bamfing around. Fucking.
He looks so happy right there.
I know. It's raptured. It's just like he just had a hilarious salad.
Oh, so very
now
itchy.
He's pensive. You can see him thinking. Oh, and now he's back to gleeful.
Now he's smiling.
Look at him. He's having the time of his life.
I don't know why I'm having such a good time with this. If you are talking,
go back towards the cows.
Walk towards the light, John. Ah, very good. No, I like this. No, here's the question.
Maybe try turning your I know I was the one who told you to turn it on, but maybe try turning off your video. It might help.
Yeah, good call.
Hey,
there he is. That's my man.
Yeah. Sorry, Atiba. I'll have to satisfy you with some more of that later. My apologies.
Nice.
It's just not going to suffice.
My man.
Wow.
Things are getting hot in the dungeon.
So you wanted an Arcana check. Let me give you a little
14,
flavor for it.
14, yeah, I love this.
She crawled through the forest, hunting a small porcine animal like a baby pig, right? And tusks like a javelina, and killed it, slaughtered it, and paints her face with its blood and ceremonial drawings on her face.
Okay, love that. Love that. Yeah, so I think we see, even in the rain, this blood starts to sort of glow. Oh, you gotta control that bee, sir. Yeah.
Can you get me?
I'm gonna mute you, so I can't hear you. So we see you as you sort of reach up and draw these sigils, and as you start to do that, there's rain just sort of like washing across your face, but as you apply this blood, it does not wash away. It begins to almost glow faintly in the darkness, and we see you create these sigils all over your face, a couple on your shoulders, and as you uh, as you look up towards the skies and begin to sort of channel these invocations, we see the blood of this beast begin to trickle down and run onto the surface of this pond. And as you do, you begin to see it sort of move as if it were being controlled by something. You see it begin to pour, like, almost create maps. And it looks, I mean, it very much looks like a topographical map. As more of this blood spills in, and thin lines, even on top of the rippling water, begin to pour out. And you see a few things as you realize that this is literally a map of Barovia. And you see a bright red blossom over the village. Then you see another one far to the west across this chasm, which now rings Barovia, and of Brest. And you see another one bloom in the Svalich Woods. And when that starts to bloom, there is a strike of lightning into that pool right in front of you. And you see peals of lightning crackle off, and you are caught up in that electricity. And as you do, you see a vision of a man. He is standing in that pool, looking at you with just a twisted, gnarled, old face, and he looks disgusted as he sees you, and then you see his face sort of like look shocked as he realizes you can see him, and then that vision ends. And we see as that blood is now even and smooth over the surface of the water, and begins to drip down and dilute. We see those runes which you've painted on your body are smoldering from the lightning strike. And you're not going to take any damage from that, but you are going to have some interesting little scars or injuries. They should heal in due time. But for the moment, you've got sort of runes etched into your skin with lightning. If you aren't quite sure what's going on here, you can roll an insight check for me.
I was going to say, I wanted to inquire more about the appearance of the man. We're talking about a human male.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty fucking standard issue man wizard dude.
Okay. I've rolled an insight. It's coming up. Wow, 28.
Okay. The best way I can describe this is that you essentially opened the map part of your video game, and it told you what your objectives were. The other side of things is that you realize that part of what you were doing, it wasn't intentionally scrying, but simply like gaining insight. When the Svalich Woods sort of came up, you realize that man, whoever he was or is, had some sort of magic intended to let him know when people were scrying on him. And so that was sort of the effect of what you did, was that you scryed on him. He was essentially notified of it, and usually, I mean, he was shocked that you could actually see him through his own scrying.
Sure.
But yeah,
Can you hear me now, Hadley?
Yes.
Would I have good reason to believe that that man must be in Barovia based on that spell and
Absolutely.
that magic?
With a 28, you realize not only that he's in Barovia, but you realize that he's in the Svalich Woods.
Oh, okay. All right.
That like, this is the place you need to go, was like the thing that triggered that whole series of events. Do you do anything with this as night turns to day, and essentially the day was spent by Narasine and Noller going through town and sort of surveying the scene. Is this what you did sort of during that same time, or is that what you did the night before?
Yeah, I think that's in the same time. And that night, as night falls, she goes hunting for wild mushrooms and wild onions, and cooks the pig over a campfire and stuffs it with the onions and mushrooms and dying on it.
Love that. As you are, I mean, there's a lot of pig here. But as you are dining, you hear howls coming from way down the mountain. They just sort of echo up through the trees. And you can sort of pinpoint, doesn't take much for you, you're a survivalist, to realize those howls are coming from the village. But then you hear another howl come from closer to you at the base of the mountain to the northeast, where the Vistani camp was located. And from your perspective, you're looking down over the majority of Barovia here, and realize that something is happening.
It's about this that she one of these is in the direction of where she left the party, right?
Yeah, you would have separated from the party near the village.
Okay.
And as you sort of look down from this ridge, you can see mists sort of building, getting denser, just actually everywhere below you. But it looks like it's pouring in from all sides around the village itself.
She stands.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
There he is.
She leaps to her feet and with the chunk of pig in one hand, and her mouth still full with this feral light in her eyes, as she's in that animal rage form, so her eyebrows are all bushy and she has body hair everywhere, and she stands and begins running through the woods. And this is not like an intellectual decision. This is like an instinctive, primal type of thing. And running back through
muted. Oh no. There he is. Johnny, come back.
Forest.
There he is. All right. Sorry, we lost you for a second there. Oh no, now he's just lost to us for sure. Real shame. John, I'm gonna mute you. We're gonna move on real quick.
Yeah.
There he is. Now he's okay. We're gonna try this again.
Where is he wandering today?
Yeah, just around the neighborhood apparently, but damn, one would think it wouldn't be so bad.
What fucking whatever town WandaVision is? Like what?
Yeah, seriously, he's definitely in some fucking like Stepford ass shit.
I mean, it looked beautiful.
Right. That's how Stepford shit is. Unused basketball courts and pickleball courts that no one uses, and picnic benches they don't even have yellow jackets to buzz around because no one even spilled a soda there. Weird.
Makes me want to go through and just basically do what Narasine used to do and just take every left wheel and pour out Coke everywhere.
Yep, love that story. Yeah, just yellow jackets and missing left wheels on all of the cars and carts. Hey, Svetlana.
Yes.
What's your old watering hole called? Your local dive bar?
It's got a name. It definitely has a name.
It does have a name. I mean, it doesn't have to have a name. It's the village of Barovia. But I think it has a name. FantasyNameGenerators.com. Oh, what's up, buddy? Hey.
I suck at names. It was that one place. It was that one place where
it's called the High Boot.
Where all the places.
You can
the High Boot.
Heels.
The High Boot.
The Dirty Clam.
You have to be wearing high boots to get in, though.
Oh shit.
I think that it would probably be some like the Den pub where all the wolfies like to go hang out when they're people,
Just call it the Den.
The Den.
Yeah.
I like the Den. Okay, great. All right, hang on. I'm gonna write that down.
But we're in the town of Barovia, right?
Yeah.
Cause I want to go find shops real quick. But then I need to find people to steal money from.
Well, I mean, first off, it's the middle of the night. Nothing's open. Not that you can't break into places, but
that's perfect. So what I could actually do is steal money from the people tonight, and then I go to the shops in the morning.
We have money, right?
We can go to the tavern.
We can just pay for you.
Yeah, Irina turns around, and she says, Svetlana, you don't need any of that. That's all a distraction. She looks frustrated. You know this. You know everything here is just a distraction. The money, the people, the buildings, everything.
You're a distraction. Let me tell you what, unless you have a plan right now on how to get into that castle and kill that less than a man, you're a distraction.
Svetlana, why do you think I'm here?
Distract.
I think I literally just told you why I thought you were here.
She reaches up, she puts a gloved hand on your shoulder, and roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm gonna do that as she tries to. I'm gonna and that is.
You want me to hit her?
A 16.
Okay. No, I like that. She goes to sort of put a hand on your shoulder, and as her fingertips sort of come in contact with you, you feel another one of these visions trying to climb into your mind. And it's just a flash.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Before you recoil.
I don't want to be touched right now, okay? Look, there's some stupid shit going on with me right now. And I don't want to be, just don't touch me. Thank you. I appreciate you're trying to comfort. I don't want comfort right now. I want murder and vengeance and blood. I want some of your blood.
She let's see which way. Just roll me a d20. I want to see which way she handles this.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay. She looks at you and she says, Svetlana, if that'll help. She reaches up to her sort of high-collared jacket and pulls, and a snap at the top of her jacket breaks loose, and she pulls her jacket aside, and you can see just like bite mark after bite mark after bite mark after bite mark on her neck and shoulder. But she looks
Wait,
at
have I
you.
fed on you recently?
They're old scars.
Oh, okay, they're old. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they're not fresh wounds. They're like scars.
Okay.
And she says her face sort of falls flat, and she says, Svetlana, whatever you need, you're our ticket out of here.
Deal. Okay, so since she's just doing it willingly, can I just like take the full damage to life ratio?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So she takes 8 damage.
Okay.
As this happens, can I just kind of lean over and look this woman in the eyes and be like,
actually, no, you can't.
Oh?
Because you don't have eyes.
Because you don't have eyes.
Oh, yeah. I look her in the sockets.
Yeah, well, she looks you in the sockets.
She looks me in the sockets. I echolocate her position.
Okay.
And tilt my head in the direction of her head.
Okay.
And I just want to basically just reach out and like just place a hand on her and be like, what is your purpose here? And I'll do my fun little thing.
Before you do your fun little thing, yes, Ativa?
I think that as I like drink her too, like as I pull away and I'm looking at the
Oh no, we're not there yet. Oh, you guys are getting way ahead. I've got some shit to resolve.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all are jumping all the sharks here, and there's about 6 of them I need to fucking wrestle with real quick. The first one is that when you feel your fangs press against her neck, you hear her moan softly. Yeah, and then feel her hand in your hair.
Okay, I'm gonna jerk away really fast.
Oh, yeah, she does not let you do that, actually. I'm
pretty strong.
And one of the effects of consuming blood is memories. So there's no wisdom saving throw on this one.
Fuck.
But I will give you this. What? It does not feel like what you were experiencing over the last, let's say, hour or so. This is her memories.
Dope.
Not Tatiana's. These are Irina's memories. And what you see is her stalking through the woods along the tree line of Mount Gakis. And she's following a number of dire wolves as they are scouting, and you see them descend the mountains from her perspective. You feel the bow in your hand, which is reminiscent of the memories that you've had of Tatiana as well. But in this case, you feel this sort of duality that the person is both Tatiana and Irina. The memories are all Irina's, but with the memories that you have of Tatiana now, there's uh, something very appropriate about the sensation, about being in this body. But you watch from up high as these direwolves move down and absolutely decimate the Vistani camp. And then you see them begin to sort of prowl around, and you climb up into a tree and sort of like set up camp for the night. And when you wake up to a sort of sepia, orangey red, what could be considered at best a sunrise here in Barovia, you look down from this tree into the camp, and you can see that the Vistani are all alive. And you can see that they're active and moving around as if nothing happened last night. And then you jerk away, and we see just sort of two trails of blood from your fangs as you recoil, and she lets you go and looks a little bit embarrassed. But she also quickly reaches into a small pouch and produces a what already looks like it's been a little bloodied handkerchief and presses it to that wound. And you see her; she looks a little bit faint from having lost so much blood so quickly. And she says, "Svetlana, oh, that I need you to trust me, because if you don't trust me, I don't think that we'll get out of here alive." And you see her reach down and produce another sort of like handkerchief. This one is silk, and she sets it and ties it around her neck. And you see just sort of a slow blossom of red through both that folded handkerchief and the silk one as well. And she says, "Your other friend is still in the hills, I think."
Is the dog there too?
The what?
The dog? She had a dog following her.
I don't know about the dog. Um
Oh,
uh
there goes.
she says, let's go to the den. There's a lot to talk about before you start tearing through this place.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Um
he's the boss of this troop, so you know, if he says we go, I guess.
Roll me a deception check.
I'm guessing
14. 14.
Okay. Yeah, I think we see Noller look over, like, what the and then you see, like, Narasine eyelessly look over at you, like, what the and Irina looks at them, like, 1, 2, and then looks at you. And
Are
then,
you okay?
yeah, you say, "Are you okay?" And then you see Irina's eyes sort of, like, focus far away. And Esmeralda as you are approaching, you see four dead dire wolves. At least two of them have been completely skinned and gutted hastily. And as you have another bite of your porcine delicacy, look to your right, and you can see Narasine, Noller, Svetlana, and a woman you haven't met yet. Still muted. Oh, cool. You hear Irina say, is she with you? She's your party member?
So I will look over it. Yep, she is.
She's got half a baby boar in her arms.
I've got half of a dire wolf's back in my arms. Why are you surprised?
Yes, you tried putting on the skin like 5 minutes ago.
Is that why you're so sticky? Yeah, John.
Her beastly features begin to recede as you see her putting her cloak on. She's kind of walking out of the woods, putting on her cloak with everything else. Like her she has that single piece bodice, like it's already on, and she's situating her nunchucks, and like she's still got this pig in one hand.
I'm gonna use that as innuendo. Excuse me, I'm just situating my nunchucks.
And she's eating what's left of this pig, like, you know, a to-go burrito. It's just kind of all wrapped up together in one hand. Like, yeah.
Love that.
As she gets to the party, she kind of offers it to anybody. I have more in my pack, she says.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, is the meat raw?
No, it's cooked.
Ew.
Yeah. Regular people stuff.
Irina looks and says, "Now can we sit and talk?"
Please, before anyone
Nah,
else.
I think talking would be a good idea.
Do you always talk over the leader of your party?
Da.
Interesting.
Yes,
You
she
must
does.
know me at all? What?
Okay. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody roll wisdom saving, right? Is it wisdom or charisma?
Wait, why?
saving
Why?
DC 18.
Okay, great.
Wait. What is it?
Zone of truth.
No.
Charisma saving throw. Everybody.
Okay, charisma. Okay, that's what I wanted to.
A little thing called
X for charisma.
And 15.
17.
Failure.
Oh yeah, even I have to make this actually. Hold on.
Wait, are we close to you?
You guys are all
I
standing
came up
shoulder to fucking
I
shoulder
felt
right
it as
now.
well. Everybody's talking truthfully. Yeah, let's talk.
This is interesting. Actually, this is very, very interesting. Okay. What does your like zone of truth look like? Like, what do we see as this is activated?
I think it almost like takes over like the immediate dimension around us, and you can see almost coming out of the ground is like these monoliths made of like marble, and it starts to form basically like a courtroom, but like an open setting kind of courtroom where it's just like there's you can just kind of move between like the center and the sides and the pews, so you can be judged,
like barristers, like
yeah.
boxes. Okay.
And I think just two like spectral like bailiffs just like are there as well, just for flavor. They're just there. Like
I love it. Fucking love
I'm
it.
just like, let's talk.
Irina sort of like looks around, a bit shocked, and she says, "I was going to tell the truth anyway, but okay. Well,
Look, we've been through a lot, Irina. Sorry, we're a little bit
Oh,
a little bit dis what?
A little bit this, a little bit this.
A little bit of dis, a little bit of dat. And you could do.
oh God.
I like the
One of the
I like
best
the face
fucking
she's
videos
frozen
of
in.
all time.
It's like the Wreck-It Ralph virus. It was John. It was me, then John. Now it's Diva. Next, that's got to be Nola. It's got to be Crow.
Nah, man, his shit's solid these days. Crowman hasn't glitched in a year.
I mean, you're next, then Hadley.
I'm good. I just checked my fucking shit. My shit should be solid.
You want to hear something super exciting, Hadley? I just caught my cat Jamie peeing down the drain of the shower. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Learning.
Very
He's
cool.
plotted
Good
right
job,
over the drain.
my man.
So smart.
And there she goes.
Yeah, it was going to happen eventually.
Now, how long until she comes back?
All right. D D D D D D D D D D D D.
While she's gone, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Like a quick reminder, because about how Noller got back to Barovia from Ox and the other party member.
Yes. Do you want to fill that in, or would you like me to?
You were there. We were never in Barovia too, Big Wing. After the adventure with Ox and the others, I was deposited back in the room that I rented. And after that, Esmeralda had and nursing were called in by the Lady of Pain, and then we arrived at Barovia, and everything from there, we did together.
Yep.
Okay, so the Lady of Pain brought him to Barovia.
Yeah, she essentially kicked y'all out of Sigil because Narasine. Well, I don't want to explain all of the implications of Narasine's actions.
But because of some things Narasine did, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you got any questions, ask him now.
Ativa Panic.
Yes.
All right,
I have all the questions. Everything disappeared.
Welcome back. It's great to have you. John, I'm going to mute you for the time being. Just unmute when you're ready. Yeah, Irina looks around in this spectral sort of courtroom setting, which I really appreciate, Xander. Thank you very much. Take inspiration for that. The way that this sort of happens, this illumination, this sort of spotlight rains down on this image and sort of burns away the mists which still hang low in the streets of the village of Barovia. And you, I guess all of you feel compelled to tell the truth. Irina has pledged to do so. And she says, you are powerful enough that I don't think you have to get caught up in the muck and the mire of this game that Strahd has created for everyone.
Everyone, I thought it was for himself.
Maybe you just drink my blood instead, and then you have the spirit in you, and then you can live happily ever after with him. And then as I hand you over to him, I will stab him directly in the throat, and then this will all be over.
Sounds like when
sounds almost like you're doing his bidding.
From putting two.
I'm sorry, Noller. Maybe you missed the part where I said I stab him directly in the throat.
You forget the part where, well, you're bringing apparently someone that you need to bring to him, and also, when you try to stab him in the throat, you don't have a good track record of that.
You've tried a lot of times.
That's why I need her to drink my blood so that he not have this control over me anymore.
Can she even do that?
Svetlana, do you think that's how it works?
We're all turned to Svetlana.
I don't know how this works, but I'm really willing to try about anything. So, like, if all it takes is you drinking some of my blood, like, what's the worst that could happen? My blood's not going to kill you. If anything, it's just going to make you throw up a little bit.
It might kill him. It's full of necroses, and it's, like, coagulated and gross.
Not to say whatever diseases you have.
She's a strong, robust lady. She can handle it.
She is definitely both strong and robust. She's wearing sort of huntress's garb in oxblood and dark green. And she's wearing breeches that look like they're appropriate for riding, but do very little to hide her quite muscular form. The jacket that she's wearing is sort of like a bottom of the hip length leather with a dark green heavy fabric, and there's a little sort of like shoulder band of ox blood leather on either side, which sort of tapers away from her chest. Yeah, her bow, her rapier, and her quiver all denote that she's probably pretty fucking powerful, and she's got beautiful dark curls cascading down either side of her face. But she looks at Svetlana and she says, "You can't trick him. You can't fool him. You have to destroy him. But you can't just kill the Avatar. You have to kill Strahd."
In that case, where is Strahd? Where is he really?
I don't know. That's why I need your help. But here's the thing. He always comes back. He always comes back. Every time he dies, he comes back. I've seen it happen so many times. So many adventurers make their way to Barovia. They come here. They play this game. Some of them win, some of them lose. All of the time, though, Strahd comes back.
Okay,
He's like a witch.
Kind of, yeah.
That's not what's happening. We know what's happening. It's like your brother nursing. It's the domains of dread, basically. And Strahd is apparently the favorite boy toy of them.
Oh, well, the same then. I mean, if we destroyed that tree and all the things in it, I think
Exactly.
you know, it would have.
Yep.
So by you know, I'm not saying we need to find Strahd's tree. What's his little? How did he split himself up and like make himself a part of the world? Also, I should check in on my brother. Thank you for that.
You should check in on your brother. Let him know I said hi.
Is there a mail? Is there like a post office or like an
Yeah, there's a
interdimensional
post office, but it's for Barovia.
Okay, let's not get too sidetracked here. Regardless of that, look, I'm pretty sure we can find it. Are we still in? We're still in town, right?
You guys are literally standing in the middle of the street, about 200 feet from where these dogs are.
Okay.
Dead dogs.
Regardless, it comes into my mind that I say, you know what? You say he can sense everything, see everything. Does he know everything that's happening technically here, including this?
Duh.
She sort of looks around, like maybe.
Who do you think sent the wolves, Nollard?
I'm not asking that. I'm asking just if it's everything absolute, or if we can actually hide things from him. That's it. That's what I'm asking.
You see sort of a spark in her eyes. She says, "No, I think you're onto something, Noller. There's got to be a way to shield ourselves from his view, from his gaze. Some way that we can keep him from knowing what happens next. He always seems to know what's going to happen next."
Okay. You said this has happened many other times. Is there something that someone has done in the past that made someone be able to have a safe haven or something from Strahd in the past? Someone smarter than maybe us.
I mean, everyone's smarter than you guys apparently, but that's not the point.
That was rude.
You're not wrong.
That was truly an undercut there. I thought, I really thought you were above that. Actually,
Listen. I'm trying to help you guys, and it just seems like there's a lot of infighting. And
you used to be above it too, Svetlana, but you got shorter since then.
Wow. Irina sort of like.
Please, just continue. We'll figure it out together. I have things I can help.
I think what we need to do is play the game. We just don't have to play every part of it. You know about the Sun Sword, right?
We know about the specific. We didn't know about the Sun Sword. Maranima was no more directive, and though she said she would be.
Wait. Madam Eva didn't tell you about the Sun Sword? She looks shocked.
That's why I brought this, and then I pull Eva's head out of the direwolf fur and hang it. Like, that is why I brought this, because you were there.
As you reach in and start to like grab the hair and pull this head out, the skin sloughs off in an unnatural sense. And you see the where it sort of pulls away turn to this sort of like gritty, wet ash. And the hair starts to like disintegrate in your hand. And the skull actually separates from the scalp which you're still holding, and clatters to the ground. And as it hits the ground, it sort of hits with a wet slump. And as you look down, you see it sort of fall into the mist, and then you hear a faint sizzle from it as the mist sort of like re-encroach and cover it. You can still see it through the mists, but you can see it bubbling and fizzing like someone poured hydrogen peroxide all over it.
Can I prestidigitate it?
Hang on. Let's start with Narasine.
I just prestidigitate.
Nothing happens.
No, I'm just like Svetlana, just her whole stuff. I'm like, finally, we're getting rid of some of this. Like, okay.
You're just getting the
rid of some of this musk.
Okay, Noller.
I'm just gonna ask Irina. This is what happens when people here die, like dead people. Is she back at the Vistani camp?
She will be in the morning.
But it doesn't matter if you have all the information that she has. Perhaps we should maybe get going to make a plan to figure out how to get the Sun Sword.
What do you think we're trying to do right now?
Oh, they're fighting again. I go and stand over next to her. I'm just like...
Yeah. She says... You
cast on us through it. No, there's not gonna be quiet.
She says, you saw my memory, right? When you drank my blood, Svetlana.
I did not think the remains would disappear too, though.
That wasn't a memory from tonight. That was a memory from months ago.
Well, who are the last adventurers to even come through here?
Someone that apparently killed every single person here.
Yeah, she says there was just this band of murder hobos. They killed literally everyone. They came through the town. They ransacked the entire place. They killed everyone, living undead, souled, or soulless. And marched their way to Brexk.
And then they threw up some gang signs and said, "Set gang."
It was Halik and Ox and Set, and they came through town and fucking tore ass through the whole place. No, she says, a half orc berserker, a sorceress, some strange sort of cleric, a dwarven paladin.
Did they die somewhere in town, or did they actually make it out of town? Look,
they made it out of town,
I have
but
absolutely no gear. I'm carrying these things in my hands. I do agree that we need to make a plan, and I do agree that we need to find the root of Strahd's power and destroy that, but I have nothing to do that with right now.
Okay, order of operations then.
You see her squint, and she says, Svetlana, when did you start relying so much on these petty things? And she looks like sad as she looks at you.
When that motherfucker decided that every time I use my powers and myself, I go a little bit more crazy. That's when. If you really must know. Listen, Linda. Okay? I've been through a lot in the last few months. Okay? I've been kidnapped like 3 times by the bastard. Okay? I don't understand why he's kidnapping me if you're still here. Like, that's the whole reason why I left. Why aren't you still in the castle?
You technically were kidnapped by other things I wanted to deliver to him, maybe, but
Sure.
How many times have you been kidnapped, Svetlana? It's a lot of times.
It's been a few times now.
At the very least 2. 3, I'm
we
trying
went
to think
all
of
the
the
way
third.
to we went all the way to Hazlitt, where I found out that I'm literally a science experiment. I'm sorry if I would rather use swords and things than myself right now. Okay.
Yeah, she does. She looks like deeply empathetic towards you. This is now listening. This is not this is not one of those memories where you're sort of having like a painful flashback. You remember. This is again not a fucking flashback memory. You just have this memory in your head. You remember hunting with Irina. You remember her in like late teens, just a couple of years. She's just a year or two younger than you are. And the two of you were out hunting. And there was an elk that she went to take a shot at, and as she was like letting loose the bow or the arrow, we see you, Svetlana, in just your normal garb, just turn into this sort of we don't see the full extent of your lycanthropy, but we see you move like a beast across this open plain, and we see this elk turn and begin to gallop. And as it turns, you see the arrow deflect off of one of its antlers, but then we see you coursing through this wet grass, kicking up just rooster tails of water as you leap into the air and take down this elk with a single pounce. And that's sort of the vision that Irina remembers from her perspective as she's thinking about how far you've gone from that place where it took nothing for you to achieve your goals and kill with impunity. She looks out at the four of you and she says, okay, there's a lot that you need to do to be able to kill Strahd. Maybe even just a lot to trigger the events you need to get access to him. What?
I said a lot to unpack here.
A lot to unpack here. She says, you have to talk to the wizard. You have to go to the temple.
Is there a yellow brick road?
There's just...
He's not that kind of wizard.
Yeah, he's definitely not that kind of wizard.
Okay, let's start by this.
Would I know his name?
That's a good question. Roll me a history check, would you please?
Is the wizard a good person?
Depends who you ask.
19.
I'll find out.
But Mordenkainen?
Esmeralda hat types up and says, "Does this wizard have a long?" I'm just going to describe what I saw in my head, Hadley.
Yeah.
Long black beard with flowing blue and purple robes.
Yeah, the answer to that question is yes.
And then she recounts to Irina and Svetlana in the group that she saw a vision of just such a man in the Svalish woods just last night.
Near where? I mean, in the syllable language, but anyone in particular?
Near a washed out rocky basin at the base of the large peak in the distance.
Okay, it seems we have our first lead, everybody.
Points at Mount Gakis.
It's actually to the north.
Okay.
Wonder pets to save the day. Just start walking off.
We have somewhere to go. And we have somewhere to go with this wizard. What was his name?
Mordenkainen.
Excuse you, the Mordenkainen?
Yeah.
That's what she said. Why, are you a fan? You a fanboy?
This is just gonna keep getting more weird, isn't it? Okay, that's good.
What's up?
But that's fine, because eventually, if everything goes correctly, and as you say, we do the steps, well, some of them, we'll figure something out. Especially since this time, we can cheat. Let's get on with it.
You see Irina, she smiles. She says, I think things might be different this time. Like I said, every time adventurers have come here, Madame Eva tells them about the Sun Sword. She sets them on this path. But she's part of the game too. She's part of the... She's just another pawn to distract adventurers that come here. You realize this place is hell, right?
In a sense, but I mean, we've been in somewhere similar before as well.
Wait,
Honestly,
so is the Sun
I
Sword
think
not
we've been
needed?
through real hell, and it was a lot nicer than this.
Well, I mean, the 9 hells and hell are, I mean, yes, it's, Svetlana, it's sort of a metaphor. Yeah, but this is my hell. She points at Svetlana. This is your hell. This place. This is our punishment. And it's Strahd's punishment too.
Oh, like a fishbowl.
Well, like a fishbowl, if all the fish were fucking evil.
That fishbowl sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try, I don't know, do
That's
something.
literally my kind of fishbowl. I think...
I mean, welcome to your fishbowl then. I gesture around, not being able to see anything and hoping that I'm pointing at devastation.
You're just like...
You're pointing at a flower pot.
Yeah, right.
I turn a little bit before, 45 degrees, and then do it again.
Now you're pointing at a corpse. Well done.
Noller, you've got good passive perception. I don't think, Narison, you've got quite the same level of passive perception these days. I know it was high.
No.
Those were the days.
Oh my god, I'm 14 passive perception.
Yeah,
I'm really good at it.
That's down like 10 from what it used to be.
Yeah, I'm really good at insight though.
18 currently.
You
cut out. Did you like mute and unmute, Attila?
Okay,
Maybe.
cool.
What about now?
Hey, when you unmute, we can't hear you, actually.
Okay, cool. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna... I think at the moment, like when Irina says something about it being a hell for Strahd as well, there's just like a look in Svetlana's eye. She doesn't say anything, but there's just like a look and wander in Svetlana's eyes of like, oh shit, maybe I should just leave him here to rot and disappear forever. Maybe that would be better than him dying. But she doesn't say any of it. It's just like a glint that like goes off in her eye that if someone catches it, then like they like notice.
I want to try and catch it.
With your eyes?
With my blind side.
Yeah. Esmeralda Had, what's your passive perception?
My passive... stand by, sorry. D&D Beyond's reload.
That's all right.
I have a plus 15 to my stealth. Does that matter?
We're not trying to figure out if you had a thought.
For insight.
19 passive perception.
Okay. And what was Nolar's?
18.
Okay. The two of you, as sort of like Narasine gestures around, the two of you just sort of in a sweeping motion, look over. You realize that the direwolves down the block there, you can see them dissolving. You can see the tops of them starting to turn to mush.
Is my pelt turning to mush too?
Yeah.
Ugh, that's annoying.
They're dissolving into goo in your arms.
I'm just gonna shake it off.
Okay, it's sloppy.
Prestidigitate.
Yeah, that's very generous of you, Narasine. Thank you.
We should probably start going on. Esmeralda, you're the one that knew the direction of this wizard. Can you lead us?
You see Irina sort of like put up a finger, one of her oxblood gloved hands. She says, I do think that it would be wise to equip our friend. And again, she sort of tries to reach out to you, Svetlana, and then thinks better of it, realizing that it was an uncomfortable sensation for you. And she withdraws her hand before you have a chance to even react to it. She was just doing it sort of instinctively. And she says, we should get our friend some gear if that's what they need.
Okay.
Anyone up for good pillaging? And she smiles weakly.
I'm really good at
I think my smile gets really, really big at that point.
If we're that desperate, we can just visit whatever store there is and just do whatever, either ransack it or just buy it. I don't know. Let's just
put some gold on the corpses.
But anyway, if you really need something, I'm just gonna equip and 2 daggers that I have for backup, and I'm just gonna give it to Svetlana. 2 daggers.
You don't have anywhere to put them. You just got an armful of daggers and shirts.
I don't have anything to put anything in, and I don't want a bunch of tiny little daggers. I mean, I guess I could throw them. But
3 daggers.
I don't have any. Like, I literally just look at Nolar with like blank face and my arms full of items that I am carrying. Like, really?
It's now you have 4 daggers or 3 daggers.
Well, if you don't want them, fine, but they'll be here whenever you need them.
I try to balance a book at the top of it.
Thank you, Nolar.
Okay, yeah, it's okay.
And I just kind of nudge it off with my face.
Narasine, as you fumble to catch that book, having been hastily balanced, Irina says, to the old smithies then? And
yes, to the smithy. Before she gets any more cranky.
You see Irina, she turns down a block, and you see her sort of like fall into this routine, this sort of like hunkered scouting, half-drawn longbow sort of situation, and she skulks along a wall, and she almost disappears in these mists. You can just barely see as she moves ahead. The mists almost move out of the way for her as she approaches. And she goes down a block and then another one, and then turns left, and you hear the shattering of glass.
Like from her or from down the street?
I mean, she's gone down the street, and now you hear shattering glass. You don't see where it came from.
Oh, are we not like on her heels? I would prefer to be on her heels.
Okay. You turn the corner right behind her, and you see that she's taken, she's resheathed that arrow, and has produced her rapier, and then produced her pistol. Okay, and then she takes the pommel of that and smashes it through a window, inside which you can see sort of like dress forms with armor and whatnot on them. You see a very classic looking sort of like scale mail, and then half plate. You see some beautiful like worked leather armor. It looks like if you took like all the shops in Skyrim and put them all together into like one workshop. This is like the one shop in town. Again, this does have some very fucking video game vibes as you go inside.
You're really right on that one.
Do I see any other pistols in this shop?
Do you see any pistols in the shop?
And belts.
Roll me an investigation check, please.
$21.
As you go in, the front section of this shop seems to be pretty mundane. There's daggers, there's short swords, there's long swords, there's swords on the wall, there's great swords, there's axes, there's a bevy of goodies. It looks like what you would expect.
Is there any bags?
What?
Are there any bags?
Yeah, there is literally everything that you could think of that's mundane. That's mundane inside of this space. There's backpacks, there's pouches, there's everything an adventurer could need to make their way through Barovia. That's not magic.
I'm gonna grab a backpack and put it on and hold it like I'm gonna start filling it, but then I'm also gonna like grab a belt and put it around my waist and like tie like a pouch to it.
Okay.
And grab a backpack. And then continue to look to see if there are pistols.
Okay. As you make your way through this shop, there's nothing immediately that would denote sort of like firearms. You go around as you go deeper into the shop. There's two glass cases, which house a number of weapons and implements. They also have some potions which are in these cases, in little bottles. They're not outright labeled, at least not from what you can see. But as you press on past this back section, or past the counters and into the back section of the shop, you can see there's a few items on a workbench. You can see it looks like they're riveting some armor together. There's another section that looks to be sort of like a leather working station. And in the far back, you can see that there's what looks like an alchemist's setup. You see what looks like a little tumbler with a spring loaded mechanism that turns this tumbler, and it is actually slowly spinning and making this like grinding sound. It's like click 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 click. But as you investigate further, you reach over and you pull out a drawer, and you see a long, low box. And it's made of ebony wood, and it seems to have an inlay of like mother of pearl on the top. But it's less natural looking, more like it's been foiled. And as you unclip the two clasps and open it, you see what looks like what we would consider a primitive revolver. And you can see that there's a small teardrop-looking powder horn, and you see 6 little tapered pieces of silver at the base, underneath this powder horn and this revolver. Roll me an insight or history check, please, Svetlana.
Okay, as I'm rolling that too, I am going to be picking it up.
Sure.
and loading it.
You don't know how to
And
do
that
that
is-
yet.
And that's dirty 20
Okay.
for history.
As you look at this thing, actually no, this is good. As you look at this thing, you recall that one of your compatriots in the mercenary guild used firearms. And it takes a moment for you to sort of recall how to do this. But you put a thumb on this little trigger mechanism on the powder horn. You put your finger over the tip, you push the button, you let it go, you right it up, you pour the black powder into the thing, and then you seat that silver bullet with a lever on that firearm. And it is a process. It is going to take some time to load this thing. It literally takes 30 to 45 seconds to load each chamber. I want to be very clear about that because
Even though it's a revolver. So it's like a super old revolver where
it's a black powder revolver.
hold on, do you have to load the powder into each thing that contains a bullet?
Yes.
But yeah, it's not
Cylinder.
super viable
Okay.
unless you preload it.
It's gonna take me 5 minutes to load it?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm still gonna do that.
Okay. While you're doing that, does anyone else need anything mundane? This is gonna be your short shopping episode here.
I'd look for something a little less plain in the dress department, probably in the children's section.
Okay.
So that not potions, not health potions.
There are potions. No one's really looked at them closely yet.
Well, I can't look at them, so I'm going over to the dresses.
Okay.
I'll look at. Well,
yeah.
If Esmeralda's looking at the potions, I'll look at just to grab a code to put it in my backpack, just in case. And other than that, I don't think I need anything. I think I'm funnily enough.
Okay. Did you say you were going to grab one of the potions? What was Nolan going to get?
I would like to look for a spyglass.
Okay. That's actually not very hard to find. There is sort of like a small section to the right at the counter that's optics. You see monocles and glasses and loops, and you see little attachments to go onto glasses to magnify things. You see an actual magnifying glass, and you also see there's a telescope on a tripod, and then there's a leather-bound and brass 3-section spyglass.
Yeah, that's the one she's looking for. Something I can use to scout from a distance, like all these forests and stuff.
Fucking beautiful. Yes.
How much does it cost?
It doesn't cost anything because you guys just broke into this place and you're gonna probably
we're stealing right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Stealing
okay,
everything.
I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
there is no shopkeep here. Irina just broke through the front pane of glass, bypassing the door altogether. She comes behind you as you're sort of considering it, and she says, don't worry about it, sweetie. Just take whatever you want. It'll all be back in the morning.
I'll look around, I guess, one for a dress, and then I'll be asking others, do you see any, dolls with heads around my size, with eyes in them?
You absolutely do not see any dolls in here. This is not a place for children.
There is toy store. There is toy store around here somewhere, though. We could probably find you some eyes.
There is a toy store around here. It's horrifying. There's a goddamn horror show.
Just in case, I'm just gonna grab the essentials. I'm gonna find more rope, a hook, or a grapple hook if possible.
Yep. All of that.
Vials.
It's on the wall.
Vials, and also
No, really, we should go visit. We should go visit Blinksky.
And a mirror.
We go to his toy store. We get you eyeball. It will be great.
Can he make magic eyeballs so I can see again?
He might. He's not really a nice person, though.
Well, we'll figure that part out. I mean, you're not very nice.
That's fair. That's really fair.
I don't think any of us are particularly
after I'm done loading the gun,
yeah,
I'm gonna like put it in the belt. I'm going to look at the. I'm gonna check the tumbler for those for what the rocks are in there.
Okay. As you pick up the tumbler, the action of it disengages. It being weight triggered. And you unscrew the lid of it. As you look inside, there's a thin black powder. And it sort of, it almost like looks like vapor hanging in the air as you unscrew the lid. And as you look inside, you see like big lead balls that have sort of coarse edges, which have obviously picked up some of this black powder in the divots. And you realize that those are used to smooth out the very black powder that you just poured into this firearm.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to take another pouch and fill that. Like I'm going to take the horn, the horn, and like refill it with the powder.
Okay.
And then I'm
there's
also
about
going
12 to 16 ounces of black powder left in this small tumbler keg.
How much can the horn hold?
8, and you didn't use but maybe 2 to fill the gun.
Can I then find just another little pouch that I put the rest of the gunpowder in?
Sure, there's pouches around.
Great. I grab another pouch, fill it up with the gunpowder real quick, and then
Can I get an insight check from you real quick? Or I mean, honestly, nature, arcana, or insight.
That would be a math. Fuck. 23 arcana.
Okay. As you go to sort of like pour this into the pouch, you realize that that's not how you're gonna. That's not a safe place to carry gunpowder. It could either get wet, or a spark could set it off. You need to find something more robust to keep that in, lest it explode.
Just keep it in the tumbler and bring the tumbler.
Yeah, either that or I take the pouch and put it in the little wood box and close the wood box and put it in my backpack.
That's fine. That's gonna be safer. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Maybe put it in a non-flammable material box.
She says eyelessly.
How do you know that it's flammable? It's just it. Listen, we'll find something else to put it in. Are there any metal tins around?
Metal pins?
Tins.
I'll go ahead and just let you know you do not want to use a metal tin, because of static electricity.
Okay.
Takes 5 steps.
Then yeah, I just like pour what little I got into that pouch back into the tumbler, and like shut the tumbler and put it in my backpack.
Okay. All right.
Here, wrap like a cloth or like a leather strap around it or something.
It's fine. It's fine. The tumbler is tumbler's made of glass and brass. Yeah.
Okay, and then oh my gosh, I forgot that I have psychic weapons now too. What the heck? Okay, so hold on. With the whole like level up and me taking the whole being like an ionic rogue or whatever.
Psionic,
like,
but okay.
Whatever, psionic.
Ionic is very different. Nola is ionic. Like, you're psionic.
But like,
and I'm iconic.
Nice.
So like, what exactly happened? Like, do I feel that I have that power now? Like, how did that play out for Svetlana in now having like Because she has weapons actually, like within herself. I just didn't realize it till now. Because I'm wondering if I need any other weapons. But I feel like with the short sword that I have and the 3 daggers,
wait,
like
here we go. No,
reach out to do something and like knock it over before your hand gets there.
So here's close. Here's what I think happens. What sort of weapon are you reaching towards, Svetlana, as a psionic version of it manifests in your hand?
Probably crossbow.
Is that one of the weapons that you can manifest?
It just says psychic blades.
So
no, I think they. Hold on.
Okay.
Sander, you're double muted.
Hello. It's a psionic dagger, but like
technically, yeah, they're just daggers, but it's 2 of them that like appear in my hands. I guess I have a proclivity for fucking daggers. I wasn't aware, but I guess I like daggers more than crossbows.
You use more daggers in an entire time than we've been doing this than anything else.
One of my first memories of you is something with a dagger. I think when we actually started this whole shenanigans, it was you with 2 daggers fighting those things that came onto the ship. So daggers have always kind of been.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so what? I was like reaching for the dagger at some point, and then it appeared in my hand.
Yeah, I think so. I think you sort of like reach out. We see this soft violet.
I guess something else we had talked about is the psychic blades being like my claws and / teeth.
Yeah, I think this is just sort of your first like visage of it. I think that you like manifest this and you're not quite sure what the fuck just happened. In fact, Narasine, you're the only one that doesn't actually see this happen. Esmeralda had, as you sort of like looking around with your spyglass, you just sort of like come into view this like deeply zoomed vision of Svetlana's hand reaching out and this purple blade and hilt just like manifesting in their hand.
Holds it away and stumbles back a step.
Yeah, you sort of like bump into the telescope, and as you look out, you see that Svetlana is like holding an immaterial blade in their hand.
That's quite a skill.
And I would probably, yeah,
You're all staring at her empty hand. What's happening?
She has
She's just going like this.
She has a purple blade in it. It looks psychic.
Well, that's new. And then I guess I like go to put it in my hip, but I'm assuming it just disappears.
Yeah. As soon as you sort of like think about sheathing it, it just sort of you see this sort of like of purple vapor, and and that vapor just dematerializes.
So then I just make sure that I have like enough room on my hip to carry the short sword and the dagger, and then the backpack that has the gunpowder in it and the pistol. Wait, would I have room to tuck the pistol in the belt too? Yeah. Or because because if I don't, I would rather put the dagger in the bag and put the pistol in the belt.
I mean, it's a belt. You can stick things wherever you want. The dagger, I mean, most daggers, at least the daggers in this shop, have sheaths, which are designed to be
I would probably just take a sheath or 3, because I already got given a dagger by Nirasine, and then Nollard also offered me daggers. So I'm,
there are also again many different.
Yeah, but it's pointless to steal more. And I think I have everything that I need except for like money. I will definitely empty out the register.
As you go to the register, there's 1 gold, 23 silver, and 15 copper.
just go over to Svetlana, and I'll just like, I'll just take out like 100 gold, and I'll just like slowly hand it to you, like, here. You know you don't need to steal, right?
You see Arena. She's checking out the longbow department.
I was adjusting my inventory so I couldn't hit my space button, but she just kind of like squints at you and like slowly puts her hand over the gold and slides it over and into her pouch and says, I never felt like I had to steal. I just wanted to. Okay,
of course,
it was
of course.
20. It was 23 silver pieces and how many copper?
15.
Cool.
Mama will take care of you. Give you a little pat on the arm.
I do the same thing that I did with Irina of like just please don't touch me.
All right, making a dexterity saving throw versus sleight of hand check.
I got a 33.
Svetlana, I have a feeling you're about to get touched.
Wait, is my check the dexterity one?
Yeah, can you make a 33 dexterity saving throw?
I was so close. I was actually really close though.
How close did you get?
But no. I got a 24.
Is that close to 33?
24. It's closer than 10, so yes.
Okay. All right.
That's fair.
Narasine touches you. I'm sorry. There's literally nothing you can do about it. She's just sort of groping blindly.
But once I find it, I give a little...
Yeah, you really got a hold of you.
I just lean down into her ear and say, please don't touch me.
As I touch your face, I give you a little hug.
You just hear like the long resigned sigh and she like rests her head on your shoulder for a second and then straightens up and is like and like starts walking away.
I just toddle off.
Esmeralda.
Yeah, hey, Hadley, pass on me a second. Okay. Lucy's stuck in Toronto. I got to deal with this for a minute.
Do your thing. Good luck.
Nice.
Actually, then let's do. Yeah. No, this should be interesting. Narison, you don't have any eyes, and yet I feel like you could make an Arcana check for me.
Well, it's basically like echolocation, you know, but just like resounding out from me without me having to make clicking noises. So it's not like anything. I can see invisible creatures even within that 10 feet. Like,
yeah,
that 10 feet is my 10 feet.
Yeah, but I'm not asking you to see something as much as regard.
Can I guidance myself?
Something. Yeah, you can guidance yourself.
Thank you. But okay, gotcha. Hold on, I gotta go to my. Oh gosh, do I still have guidance?
Do you still have? Do you still have?
Do I still have guidance?
When adding.
Oh my god, I don't have guidance anymore.
Yes.
What would the revolver be? Like just a pistol? Do I just look up a pistol?
Let me take a.
Yeah, they should have pistol option.
Oh, I don't know that you've got proficiency in pistols.
There's a revolver option.
Yeah, let me take. There's a couple because there's an Exandrian pistol, and then there's another.
It's gonna be one of those super fun. Like you take one shot, and then the rest of your turn is spent reloading it. Do you want to move?
Except for I loaded all of the chambers already.
Boy, howdy, you better hit all 6 of those shots.
Yeah, it's going to be just a regular pistol. But it does have silvered ammunition.
Oh, yeah, better dig in the bodies and get those out afterwards.
God, if only that's how.
Probably hard. Well, probably hard to find. I mean, you can still get the silver back out, recast the ingot. I mean, it's a process, but
I mean, the problem is that it's not all silver; it's just silvered.
oh, silver. Oh,
So
so
would
then it
I? So would I just
Oh, yeah.
add that in the notes of it that
Yeah.
it's silver coated? Okay.
Now we could just ask for change. Well, at least I can. Me and Nola can ask change, and Esmeralda can ask for change as well. Oh, you can too. I did. Yes, we can all ask for change. Get some silver, just melt it down, and if we can get did they have the cast by any chance in that general store? The cast for the bullets?
Do you want to roll an investigation check? Actually, you know what? Let's start with an insight check because as much as I know Xander gets it, I don't know that Narasine would necessarily. So just want to keep some continuity here. Yes.
31.
Jesus fuck. Yeah. Yes, a Tiva pick.
The only bullets that's showing up on the list are palm pistol bullets or the Exandria bullets. Does it matter which one?
Don't worry about that. You've got
Okay.
6. Just make note 6.
Okay.
6 silvered pieces of ammo.
Dope.
But I will, given Narasine's thoughtfulness about this situation, you realize that, or Narasine realizes that you could make more bullets if you had the casting, and you haven't looked for that. But Narasine is.
I can only look at like a 10-foot radius. Someone's gonna have to help me. If the shelves above 10 feet, you're gonna need to tell me.
Sorry, no, I muted you.
I'm just walking around.
There's something in shelter right there.
Can I get investigation checks from anybody?
Yeah, I'll roll. Hold on.
I did not understand that at all. It was like a million miles an hour.
Nothing good from me. 2.
13.
Ew. 14.
You don't see a cast for more bullets. As you sort of turn over this shop,
Esmeralda, come help Luck.
She's busy.
Yeah, I think she's in the middle of something.
I can help look. What am I looking for?
The cast for the bullets. So that if you guys use all 6 bullets, you could make more.
She is not terribly mechanically inclined, but she will investigate around. Investigate?
Yep.
If he can get better than a 14.
Hopefully.
16.
No. Yeah. As you guys look around, you don't see anything. There is a small forge in the back here. There is a smelting cup. There are some like sand casts and stuff like that. But a lot of them just look like blades and tools and implements. You don't see anything as small or fine as a bullet casting.
So if I'm proficient in alchemist supplies, though, would that be something that's useful for me?
You could arguably take the sulfur and saltpeter and black willow charcoal and create more black powder, but you're really not going to need more than what you've got. But it won't do anything for making bullets.
Are there any blank casts?
What do you mean?
Like it's just like basically like the little metal sheet, a block.
Are you looking to just like create your own? Is that what you're thinking
Yeah,
about doing?
that way we can at least have the materials, and then we can take it if we can find a blacksmith or whatever. Be like, hey, we've got these little guys here, and we've got all the little stuff here. We just need a person with the skills to put A and B together to make this.
For like lead or brass stock.
I'm just gonna stick with sort of the overall rolls here, which weren't phenomenal, and say that there is brass stock here, but it looks like small pieces for accent work on weapons. No lead. Too hot in here for lead. As you're closer to the forge in the very back of this building.
All right, we tried.
But Irina looks sort of into the back. Did you find everything you needed?
I stand up, wearing the dress backwards because nobody came to help me look for clothes.
Yeah, it's buttoned up like real high under
Yeah.
your collar.
I thought it was like a button-up front dress, but no, it was the back.
Yeah. The girls.
As soon as I notice this, I look at her. As soon as I notice this, I look at her and I say, "Your dress is on backwards."
Which is really cool because like it does have like contours. It looks like it was made for a halfling or a dwarf. That did have tits because on your back there's like fabric just sort of like loosely hanging where your bosoms should go.
Oh, all right.
And Naracine's naked again. Okay, cool. Hershey kisses. Got it. Yep.
Can somebody?
I go and help button the dress up.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand check, I guess.
I think what she wound up with this time was like.
That's really silly. I don't want to.
I don't care.
I think
7.
Did you say 7?
Yes,
my
I rolled
dress.
really bad.
Yeah, you go to put one button on and you realize that your nails have sort of like grown into a claw and one of the buttons just like pops right off and you're like, no, I'll get it. And you go to the second one and your nail just like pushes right through and just cuts through the fabric and the second button falls to the ground.
Everything all right back there?
Not really. I don't think I can help you. I'm sorry.
All right. Toddles over to Noller.
Noller,
Hey,
let me
well,
roll a
I'm
sleight of
over
hand
the
check,
open.
please.
A sleight of hand.
Yeah, why not?
Dirty 20.
Thank you very much. I think as
No
she turns
problem.
around, it's like an accented, almost emerald green, almost like just a bit.
Can I
Like,
get
almost
a
just
hint of
matching her skin.
paisley? Like just get like
Yeah, no.
like the thread just goes a different direction where the paisley is so that it
Yeah, but it's like-
sheens.
It's like it's not the forefront of the pattern, but it's almost like the layer behind, so you can see it when you look at it.
Yeah.
But like from far, but that's like the detail as you get closer. From far away, it's like that nice, like same green as her skin, but then as you get closer, you see these little embroidered patterns. I think we've got little frills along like just the pulled in waist, and then maybe along like the sew lines down the sides of the dress with just almost a you know how on like almost like these right here,
Yeah, precisely.
those, but now it's very much more modest. Now it's just more like a little dress, just
Little like boat neck collar.
yeah.
Okay. All right, I like this. This is very close to what I'd sort of had in my mind. Also, the belt that's on this, it's sort of sewed in, so there's just like ruching, and so there's just sort of a big green ribbon on one side that you just sort of cinch down into a nice bow.
And the rapier will sit on the other hip with I think the whip will sit below the backpack on the lower back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Love
Yeah.
that. Irina, actually, as y'all come out from the back, you see Irina. She's sort of examining a dagger. She's turning it over in her hands. It's a long, thin, like crisp blade that sort of snakes back and forth to a thin crossguard. And a really nicely sort of ergonomically designed ivory handle, and sort of a wide pommel, which tapers to a point. And as she's like turning it over in her hands, Noller, you can, yeah, she stabs you with it. No, Noller, you look at her holding this dagger and sort of turning it over in her hands, and realize she has the exact same dagger on her
hip. So that means
she's been here before.
Is
What was that
this
we were talking about distractions before?
how many times have you ransacked this place?
She sort of comes out of a state. Ransacked. Yes. Several? And she sort of smiles weakly. I've
Insight check.
I don't think you need to make an insight check on this. She's telling the truth.
Okay.
She she says, I come here when I need to stock up. She says, if my string breaks, and she sort of like looks to her bow, I come here, and she gestures up onto the wall where you see an identical ebonied bow, with a twisting black and white string and feather dampeners, top and bottom of that string. You see that her quiver is on the wall. You see that her jacket and leather gloves are on a mannequin towards the front of the store. She says, as Esmeraldahad and Narasine and Svetlana come out of the back, she says, I thought for a long time about making a run on Strahd by myself, but I've seen party after party of adventurers fall to him, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. Not until I saw Svetlana again. Something's different. If Svetlana can come back, if you were here, if Madame Eva didn't tell you, well, yeah, Svetlana, you can see that I decided not to do that because it would have been foolhardy. Are you talking to us, Andy? No? Okay.
No noise. No noise coming in. No noise.
There he is. There's my boy.
Okay, there we go.
We've had to talk you out of that specifically several times, though.
Irina looks down at Narasine and then back up at Svetlana, and she sort of raises her eyebrows a little bit.
Just glaring. She's just glaring so hard. She's just like glaring, almost even gnashing her teeth in a canine-like way.
I can hear your heartbeat getting louder. You seem to be. You need to watch your blood pressure, dear. It seems to be rising.
Narasine, you don't see this, but the rest of you do. Quite literal psychic daggers begin to protrude from the front of Svetlana's eyes.
Something is different other than that. I say, as I just when I think that the others are not paying attention, I just grab the bag of holding, the one, and I show her the black crystal.
Okay.
Do you do it within 10 feet of
Do
me?
you show it to Svetlana, or are you showing it to Irina, or are you showing it to both?
Irina.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something.
We don't know if he can see through her.
Irina looks down and says, "What is that?"
Something even more ancient than this place.
And she sort of like cocks her head to the side. It looks kind of like a crystal blossom. And she smiles, almost like captivated by it.
He's smelling crystal.
I immediately put it back in the bag and just close it.
Yeah, as you close it, you see her like vision sort of like snap back. Oh, what is it? She sort of squints curiously.
Something powerful. Something that we hope we can use to cheat, and something that possibly can break. Well, it created reality, it created magic, so that maybe it can destroy some others. We'll see.
She says, "Wait. I want to be very clear. I rolled for this. That's one of the shards, isn't it?"
It is.
How did you get it? She looks like fucking like
Shards of what?
the
That's
spindle.
what?
She turns and looks at Svetlana. She says, "The spindle, the weave, the spindle of the weave."
Magic itself.
And she just sort of like gestures at Narasine.
If you want
to, looks really contemplative.
If you want to know, the little week that we were going while you disappeared, I made friends with gods, to put it lightly. And other than that, went to places that maybe we shouldn't have been, and well, I happen to come into the possession of this. And if you must know, I pointed at Arena, another one of these is in Barovia as well. As someone else from another domain of dread is also coming for it. Not this one, another one that is in Barovia, somewhere.
Somewhere. How do you know that?
I scried from another plane into here to find that out.
You saw it. You saw it here in Barovia.
Yes.
Wait, there's another shard here.
Mm-hmm.
She starts to like walk around. She starts to sort of pace around this shop. And she's still got that second dagger. She starts to sort of turn it over in her fingers. This sort of like nervous action as she considers the information that you're giving her here. You see her sort of like spin it through her fingers. I'm just gonna make Xander do like an actual dex check. Just go ahead and get the pin out and do the like Japanese pin spinning. Yeah, right.
Yeah, butterfly night, but it's my fucking like nail clipper, like So did it boost us, or like how? What's the plan with it? You just walking around with a nuke in your pocket?
That's Irina turns as you say that. That's more than a nuke, whatever that is. There's the spindle of the weave is the root of everything. It is the root of all magic. It is the centerpiece of every universe. It establishes life, magic, energy, all of it.
Most of it at the very least.
Yeah, Sander.
Through my unseeing eyes as I get close, can I just, I guess, ping my patron?
That's interesting.
Just for the record, I put the thing back on the special bag.
That's fine. It's mainly just pinging the conversation and the knowledge of.
This is interesting. Sure. What do you do to commune with your patron? I feel like we've sort of established what you do.
I think what it is just like as she's walking forward, I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on myself.
Ah, okay. All right, it works.
I'm gonna fail, and hold on. Let me just take. All right, not insignificant.
Nursing, you know I showed this to this before, right? Another says as sees Nursing acting weird.
And she's just. This is just the knowledge and what you're giving out of it now, and just that there's more than one here. All of this just feels like things she needs to update her person on. Just out of duty.
Yeah. You cast Mind Sliver, and we sort of see your like face wince. And in this sort of like flash of agony, you see shimmering orange robes, and you see a corroded copper green mask, and you feel like a lash, just like a ribbon of pain across your back, sort of X. And nobody sees it at first, but there is a thin blossom of red through this dark green dress as wounds open up on your back. But you see the Lady of Pain in front of you.
My lady, it seems that 2 shards reside within the subdimension of Barovia.
You don't hear anything, but you know what she says inside of your head. It's not like a psychic connection. You just know it. And she says, well, you know, he cannot have another one. It might free his eternally damned soul. And then you come back, and you feel sort of the cold of that blood in the dress.
And I think I'll kind of do like that Wolverine healing thing where he just kind of like flexes his neck a little bit, and then you'd see like that wound kind of blossoming and then start to knit itself back together as I'll just throw some of my hands on there.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just open my eyes really quick in that second and go, we cannot allow him to have that. Apparently, he could free himself from here with it.
But who him? Sarac, Strahd?
Second one.
Blech.
Nice. Who's a Sarac?
Long story short, if you remember, everyone remembers Adrildrida, I point to Esmeralda head. She is here, and she's accompanied by a Dead Knight and by a Serac. And who's a Serac? If you know of Vecna, a Serac, if I remember correctly, was one of his pupils. He made some sort of dungeon. I don't know the details also that, but he is one of the first archleeches.
A Serac has a crypt here?
No, he has invaded.
Cool. So one more thing I do just want to add to the list really quick. We do just need to clear that out. and just burn it to the ground. That would be just add that to the list.
Okay. Just a quick question
Since
here.
when do we have a laundry list of things to do?
As of now, I guess. Let
We're
me just start writing
like
it down.
Svetlana. That's literally what we're making right now. Is the list of things to do here. Well, and we checked off the first one, which is go get all the things.
Yeah.
So I guess like step 1, check. That one's done. She like reaches up and makes a check mark in the air.
Oh, we need to figure out how to weaken Strahd.
Well, the Sun Sword can help with that, but we have to find it.
What did Madame Eva used to tell people? Because apparently,
What did
like you'd know, Mrs. I've lived this day 1,000 times.
Yeah. She says
she tells him to go find it in a place specified by the cards. What cards did you get?
She turns and looks, and she says, "They didn't tell you? I thought you were there for that. Madame Eva didn't give them a reading."
We told you. We were saying when
Oh,
we were
yeah,
here.
no, that's right. You did tell me. That's right. Well, I have these. And then I like dumped the cards that I found in the dire wolf.
Okay.
Gut.
Love that.
Prestidigitate.
Yeah, as you sort of set them out, they are all stuck together with dried blood. And it only takes the one prestidigitation to be able to do that. Bear with me just a second. Where is it?
No way she got eaten and left us the reading in the stomach of the creature because she knew we'd find the what a gal. What a woman.
Right?
Well, perhaps she didn't, but I know that Irina has grown up here. I've grown up here. I don't know, maybe with Irina here being able to remember how to read these, like we could just do the reading ourselves.
Do we have to do the reading necessarily? Okay, this also. Let's just say if you described it to me completely, in all this way, who did it belong? What's its history? You must know it. You describe it to me.
Are you talking to Svetlana or you're talking to Irina?
Both.
She says, okay. So I think that there's a pretty standard sort of like function. The adventurers come into town. They find themselves in the mists on this side. And then she sort of stops for a second and she says, the rift. That's new. That's different. Something happened recently. And Barovia's, it seems like it's breaking apart. Sections of it outside of a certain sort of perimeter inaccessible. I think there are still adventurers trapped in Bresk. I think that Strahd is trying to separate himself from the things that make the game work. That way they can't kill him. That way he can stay alive. That way he can enjoy his prize. And she just sort of reflexively gestures towards Svetlana.
So then we just need to destroy those nexuses, those points where he's combining.
John, did you have something?
Just that Esmeralda looks at Noller after he introduced the shard and says, perhaps he knows you're coming for him with the shard.
At this point, I'm not surprised, and it doesn't even matter that much. he would have known sooner or later, regardless. The difference is currently, well, we can use it. I can use it. I do kind of know a bit of how to, and I show the. You can see the little gem on the hand just light up with sparks, and I think it would be foolish to say that he would not figure it out as soon as we entered. The best thing I can do really is to just keep it in its place until we find a good place to use it, and a good way of it as well.
And there's no way for him to like trace that gem in your hand, is there?
Is there a way for him to know where we are at all times? I think they made it very obvious that most likely. What difference does it make?
Oh, we just can't let him get it.
Duh.
She looks at she turns her head to you and pulls up the mask and just like shows you that she's like furrowing her eyebrows and like sticks out her tongue and then puts it back. She can't squint at you. They took the eyelids too.
I know he can get it. I know them. I know it. But what do you want me to do?
I don't know, man. Throw a bag on it or something. Color it in with some paint. Throw a glove on. Make him at least guess which hand before he cuts it off.
If you guys are trying to hide anything from Strahd, again, you're gonna have to find something more powerful than a glove.
Well, his lackeys.
Don't you have magic that can like hide detection and stuff?
I don't. I use a bow and a dagger.
I said near the scene.
I didn't hear that part, or I wouldn't have spoken.
Well, things have changed just a little bit over time.
Smokes a fucking cigarette.
Not quite as powerful.
It's been a long week.
I can protect you from good and evil. I can detect poison and magic. Can't protect anybody from being detected. Things have changed.
Well, that's inconvenient. As Svetlana says this too, she is gonna like walk out from behind a shelf or something and just be wearing like a plain white shirt that was probably not cropped, so she just like ripped the bottom of it off. It literally like comes right under her boobies. You can kind of see a little bit of under boob.
Is she
doing
like a serious like the ultimate Winnie the Pooh?
I mean, well, no, like maybe I.
You have a dress.
Unless there's no bottoms that I can like wear that are like just like shorts or panty looking type bottoms, then yes, Winnie the Poohing it. I guess
there's a pair of booty shorts in the corner that says
Juicy.
FHACYEAH on them.
What? I'm sorry, I can't read. What? Faki?
HAC and then YEAH.
Fuck yeah. Great. Whatever. Whatever. That's what she's wearing, I guess. And then she put the dress in her backpack because if I wear the dress, my fucking stealth goes away, and I have such good stealth. I'm not wearing the dress.
Can it be made out of the same material as Juicy Couture? So it's like that velvet kind of.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
And it's just that.
And it's in sort of like an earthen brown with a bedazzled fuck yeah on the back.
It's in bright pink. It's sparkly.
That's adorable, Hadley. Thank you.
And she's got on some Uggs. It's just Uggs. Uggs also exist here.
Oh yeah, do you want Uggs to go with it?
No, I either wear high heels or I don't wear shoes.
It's gonna be a
That's-
real
you can
look.
hug
It's
the
gonna be a
pumpkin
real
spice.
look with high heels.
Nah.
Someone in
Gosh.
Barovia is gonna try and stop you and pay you for carnal endeavors.
Gosh, if only they can find someone who knows how
That's
to
not
make high
something I
heels.
wouldn't be used to, so I'm not really worried about it. So it's fine. But I do not wear shoes unless they are at least 15 inches tall.
I should
Also
deal
fair.
with that.
Okay. Just a quick question. Does everyone have all of the mundane goods that they need from this shop?
Yes, vials, grapple hook, more rope,
Okay.
a mirror, and essentials. Also a lantern, bullseye.
Okay. Great.
A spyglass, a bear trap, and a magnifying glass.
Okay. There are potions in the cabinet. No one's figured out what they are. Does anyone
I
want
go
to know?
over to the cabinet and start feeling around and just grabbing.
I'll definitely go
I
check
can
out
go-
the potion.
Yeah, I can go look at them too. I have what would
Too
it?
late.
Wait, would it be a? Oh,
you
you're
see
just taking
Narasine
all
just
of them?
fucking
Okay, cool.
grab handing potions end over end.
That's fine. We can figure out what they are later, I guess.
There's a lot of them. You're just shoveling glass vials.
You're
Roll me
not going to
dexterity
be able to carry all of that, Narasine. You're really
So
small.
clinky. So much clinking.
saving throw from Narasine, please.
Are there any mundane kits like smith's tools or poisoner's kit, stuff like that?
Yes. They're not like for sale, but the guy does have an alchemist set. He's got a whole bench in the back. He's got some basic smithing tools as well. Tongs and hammers, and there's a couple of different sized anvils. I don't know that you want to be carrying around an anvil. Yeah, it takes 2 or 3 people to carry.
Yeah, so no, there's not like a smith's tools kit in here.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'll just take the hammer.
yeah, you can get. There's a couple. There's 2, 4, 5, 9, and 10-pound hammers. A very nice make, actually. Hey, Narasine, how was your dexterity saving throw? Muted.
You know how it is, man. You know, it's just.
This is going to be very interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited for what comes next. Okay.
I'd almost gone one session without doing something terrible.
Okay. From outside of the shop, we see this dark, street. We see thin mists. Sorry. We see thin mists sort of encroaching back towards the edge of this shop. The window shattered, chunks of glass having rained down. And as you reach in and shovel these vials into this bag, you hear just the faint breaking of glass, Narasine. And before you can even consider
Oh
what
no, a spill.
happens next, you're going to take 29 points of fire damage. And can I get dexterity saving throws from everyone else, please?
Sorry, that was 25? How much?
9.
29. All right.
Mm-hmm. Which I would like to say is
24.
generous. How many?
24.
You're going to take 14 points of fire damage.
30 for Esmeralda.
14 points for Esmeralda.
Did something happen that I had to roll?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
I put a bunch of potions in a bag together, and one of them broke, and it was Fireball.
Uh,
Yeah.
14.
You're gonna take 29 points of fire damage, as you must be pretty close to Narasine.
Fuck it. Just absorb elements and reduce that.
Okay.
How much was it originally?
29 originally.
Okay.
As we see the front of this storefront begin to illuminate, and then we see a mix of orange and green and pink just blow out the rest of these windows. We see glass and armor, and swords and shields just blasted out into the street, and a curl of flames begin to rise up and mushroom into the sky. And then we see this structure creak and shift, and then we see it collapse inward as Irina reaches forward and shouts, "No." And that's the last thing you hear tonight. Can I get Constitution saving throws from everyone, please?
Wow, to think that's all just from one of those precious potions breaking. It's a good thing we didn't lose all of them, you guys. That probably would have been bad if they all. Good thing it was just one of them, right?
11.
It was just one of them because it was just like I was just putting them in a bag, and it's like not all my glass Coca-Colas are gonna break because this one.
Yes,
Evil.
Okay. You said Constitution?
Yes, please.
God, I wish I still had Nora.
23.
Great.
17.
Bad.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to get all the potions together so we could get out of the shop.
Noller, as you blink, Noller, you hear the sound of a key slipping into a lock. John, you got something for me?
Nat 20, con save for a 25.
Magnificent. Okay. And Esmeralda had at the same time you hear the tumblers of a lock being actuated. And as the two of you sort of sit up with a start, go ahead and take a long rest.
Yay!
And I didn't say.
Wait, who gets to take a long rest?
Technically everybody. But
you did it good, you guys.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
But as you look, Esmeralda, you see Noller. Noller's about 10 feet away from you. He's behind the counter still. Narasine, what did you get for your Constitution saving throw?
17.
Okay. Narasine, you begin to stir, and as you look down, the bag that you had is gone. And as you sort of sit up, you can feel that the counter, the glass case beside you, is still solid, and you reach up and physically come in contact with it to that's still there. And then you hear a lock being undone, and as you sort of sit up, you can't see much past the this glass case.
Did all the stuff we got.
But Svetlana, you begin to stir, and you're behind the counter on the other side here as you sort of blinkingly look and see Narasine fumbling around behind the counter. And then you hear, hello? Who's there? And then you hear the unsheathing of a sword.
Darkness.
From the other side of the shop.
Darkness on
I
myself.
immediately have blades in my hands as well.
Your psychic blades?
Da.
Okay. Do you get up? You were prone. All of you were prone. You were unconscious.
I guess.
Yes,
Even
I do
though
get up.
Okay.
Can I?
apparently when I was standing up more or less, so
Not you. I mean, not when you woke up.
So are my bags empty? Like all my other stuff is gone?
The one that was ruined during the explosion is gone.
Oh, so it's just like all the potions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
but all of the potions are in the case again.
to which I say I'll deal with that later. I look out the door first.
Yeah. Well, you can't see more than about 10 feet, but you do hear someone say, oh, Strahd, damn it. And you can hear what sounds kind of like a little old man. Esmeralda, Noller, and Svetlana, you see a gentleman. He's about 5'6", sort of spindly. He's wearing a nice tweed vest, nice pressed looking shirt, pressed tan slacks. He's got on a pair of nice leather shoes, which are probably very old but well taken care of.
I think immediately after he says Strahd, God damn it, I like put my swords away and I just kind of like nod, like da. I agree.
What is it with you adventurers? You think you could just come in here and take anything you want? Like, this isn't my life.
Da, you get it back. You get it back in the morning.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And we're not adventurers. And I think we actually have everything that we need. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You can't just trespass on. He's
I'm gonna gnash my fangs at him.
Yeah, he doesn't really respond to that. And I think that all of you sort of realize that this might be like a pre-programmed response from this guy.
I'm already walking out of the door.
Yeah, he's just sort of like going on about how disrespectful adventurers are.
So when I look outside, it's daytime now?
Yeah, there's sort of like a yellowy red sun in the sky.
Where's Arena?
She rolled very low on her Constitution saving throw. She's actually unconscious towards the front of the store.
Okay, I guess we'll go outside and also we'll get outside, tap her, or more or less on the shoulder and shake her, and just until she wakes up.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to rouse her, but she reaches up and she's nursing kind of a big knot on her forehead.
Fine.
And she says, "What the hell did you do?"
Someone made a fumble again.
Fine, you're fine. I say as I go to grab a new bag off the wall and go back.
Don't! You're not doing it again.
I'm putting clothes in between them this time. See?
I grab her and immediately just decide to. If you're gonna be a little kid, then fine, I'll treat you like a little kid. Come on, we're going.
This guy, nice. This guy continues to. He doesn't really try and stop you or protest. He just is like bitching about adventurers coming in and always wanting stuff for free and never wanting to pay full price. And I can't believe that this is the kind of environment that I have to live in.
I cast friends on him just as I'm getting pulled out.
Wisdom? Wow. Well, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because he rolled a natural 1. What do you say to him as you cast this?
Hey, friendo, as I'm getting dragged out, I really think you should make a backpack that's really good at holding potions. Make a potions backpack, something that can hold a lot of potions in it.
He says, I have one of those. He like springs to life in response.
I'm like tapping Nola's hand. I'm like, come on.
And he goes over to a wall and he pulls out, it's not a backpack so much. I mean, it is if it was 2001, like 1999 and 2001, like the really little backpacks. And he says, "Look, right here." And he unzips the top, and you can see that there's like pouches with little snaps on all of them for bottles about yay big.
Oh, Nolan, we can still get him. We can still get him, Nolan.
Yeah,
Don't care. I don't care.
One of those was a fireball potion, clearly. We could use that.
Yes, and we have a lot of other things that we already did, and you already grabbed a bunch. I saw you.
You don't have to go. Oh no, I lost another sale.
I was scrambling back towards the store like, what are these fucking potions?
No. Sorry, Nolar's got you.
Money for it, Nolar.
Nope, it's already gone.
Them.
No, bye. He says,
we
bye.
had so many potions, we don't know what we could have just lost.
Good luck, adventurers.
I'm not dealing with
healing there were.
I'm not dealing with another one or another explosion.
And I just asked him for a specific backpack made to prevent exactly what happened from happening. And he said
you guys are not
it.
having that conversation in the middle of the street. Irina,
we just lost out on potions of healing. I am not healing you.
Is again just like nursing this this knot on her forehead, and she says, "Okay, I'm pretty sure that blowing up the store and almost dying was not on the list of things to do last night."
Can we move on to the actual first thing before something else happens?
We're here to break patterns.
Actually, Narasine's absolutely right. We are here to break patterns. You're here to keep things from happening the way they always happen. Because every time they happen, it's part of Strahd's plan.
Then let's go ahead and break it even more. Maybe we'll go in a random direction. Maybe we'll find the wizard and do something to his head. Maybe we'll do something else. I don't do massacres, though.
She says, I don't think that works either, actually. She says, I wanted to share this with you last night, and she pulls back her green jacket, and she produces a scroll. And she threads the little wrap of leather, and she unfurls this scroll a little bit. And you can see that on one side is sort of a wax pen drawing of the map of Barovia for all intents and purposes. But she pulls that piece of parchment back, and there's two lists. And one of them seems to be like the superfluous quest item, like quests that you go on here in Barovia, and the ones that are necessary to get to Strahd. And she says, "Look, I think that you have to meet with the mage. I think you have to find the Sun Sword, and I think that you have to meet with Eva, and I think she has to give you a reading."
Is there any way that I can roll to insight whether Irina is not just part of the game and like being just an AI in the video game, an NPC?
Yes. Roll me an insight check. I think this is very Svetlana.
It's an 8.
Yeah, she's part of the AI. She's trying to distract you from what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay, so as she says, we have to go to Madame Eva and get a reading. I'm going to like heavily roll my eyes, and I'm gonna be like, Irina, listen, okay? You're absolutely right. Go to the den, and we will meet you there in like an hour.
She looks at you curiously. I'm not safe there. Not without, well, you. And she sort of gestures towards the park.
That's true. No, you're right. Let's find a better place to meet you at. We come to your house. Yes, we come to your house. in like an hour. And just to let you know, also, I rolled 19 deception.
Well, I didn't ask for you to roll a deception check.
That's true, but I just wanted to see like if it would be good or not, and it was. So
okay, but it doesn't mean anything. Because she looks sort of at the lot of you, and she's like, I've been waiting for you to get back to be able to do this. What could you possibly need to do that either I can't help you do?
I think she's mistrusting you right now.
I think you're part of the system trying to make us enter
Noller, you are an idiot, and that's not at all what's going on. And as
I'm gonna need another deception check.
No. So as she glares at him, I'm gonna use my psionic power, which is psychic whispers, and I'm going to tap into all three of their brains for the next no. Oh, okay. Hold on. I have to roll a d6 real quick. Hold on. Well, fuck. Okay, so for the next hour, I can speak telepathically with all three of the party members, and they can speak back to me telepathically.
Oh, Svetlana, did you include everybody in this?
That, just Neurocene and John, what's your character's name again? Esmeralda had and Noller. Just those three.
And then Neurocene says out loud, did you include everyone on this?
No, because they won't know until I'm talking to them that it's happened. And as this is happening too, it's kind of like new to me even. I'm just like trying to get them to shut up, and suddenly this happens. And then you guys hear my voice in your head that's like, please just trust me. We should not be listening to her right now. She is a part of the game.
Okay, can I get a persuasion check from you and insight checks from everyone else, please?
Does my 24 passive do anything, or do you still want me to roll? Because I can't roll less than a 23 per my class feature.
Well, then 23 is going to be your minimum.
I rolled a 22.
15.
23.
How was your persuasion check?
18.
Okay. Esmeralda, how do you think that Svetlana might be onto something? Noller, Neurocene, you think Svetlana might be under the influence of this place? That her paranoia and frustration with Strahd is starting to compromise her.
I look at Noller. I point my head at Noller.
We're speaking telepathically, actually. More or less, if we're thinking out loud, we might hear each other thinking the same thing. And
yeah, you just say that out loud, like, oh,
Svetlana.
And then
you're getting paranoid, more paranoid than usual.
Wait, so are you saying that out loud?
I think we just established this is all telepathic.
Yeah, definitely telepathic.
Okay, this is all no. Okay, so no. I think. Okay, so I think at that point she's gonna look around at them and I'm gonna say, you know what? How about this, Irina? Why do we need to get reading from Eva? We can do reading right here. I have the cards. You know what they mean, right? You know what they mean. I know you know what they mean. I have cards. It's an art form. It's not superpowers. What kind of witchy shit are you trying to believe in right now, Neurocene? It's not a magic thing. It's like reading your fortune. You just have to know how to interpret.
We're both literally magic. There has to be magic.
Hey Svetlana, as you're sort of like checking up your butt to find the cards, they're not there. as is par for the course in this place.
Okay.
What you looking for?
I'll just say, Irina, how about this?
Yeah, did you guys have a nice conversation, I guess? Because time has passed while she's watching the three of you sort of look at each other and not say anything.
Like, yeah. Listen. We're just concerned about what it means to go and get a reading, but at the same time try to break the system. How about this? We get the reading, if you insist, but also, after that, we start figuring out how to truly break this cycle.
What if we walk everywhere backwards?
Look, here's the thing. Some things you have to do to put things in motion. If you don't get the reading, you can't meet with the mage. If you don't meet with the mage, you can't go to the ruins and find the sun sword. If you don't find the sun sword, you can't go to the Amber Temple.
We just
very well. And then we'll take the first step and we'll figure it from there, and maybe we'll figure out also a way to bypass some steps. We'll see.
I look to Irene and I say, "Oh, like alternate versions of yourself or reality. It just kind of splits off, but it won't happen until you do the thing. That next thing can't happen yet."
As you say that, you hear what sounds like a coin being flipped. It rings as it turns end over end in the air. And you see a figure leaned up against the corner of a building, about 30 feet away. Yeah, you don't, but everyone else does. And you see a silhouetted figure of a man, dark curly hair, and wearing a red velvet vest with brass buttons down the front. And he looks over at you and says, "What won't happen?" And you see him standing here in the middle of the street, Strahd von Zarovich. And that is where I'll leave you today.
Well, let's kill him. He's right there. Come on. We'll just, next episode's just, all out brawl. We'll just kill him right here and that'll be it, right? That's what Sveti wants. Let's just do it.
Yeah. You just work to the end. It's right here. You've got everything you need.
At the very least, it will be cathartic.
That's true. And we have everything for the plan. We have the Irina. You just need to get her to drink some of your blood. You shove her into his arms. And then as that's happening, me and Nola will distract him. And then you stab him in the throat. And the campaign ends.
Oh my God. If only it were that easy.
Okay, we'll see in the future how much we fuck him up.
Very good. With all that said and done, unfortunately, I must bid you all au revoir and sayonara. Remind you as always to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good,
put all the potions in the same bag.
Put all the potions in. No, don't get
caught.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh God, we're gonna die.
Eventually.
Oh, I can't wait.
Doodles.